Alright, so I'm here and we're about to get a reading in before I get back into Doctor Who. Seven of Swords. Before I get back into Doctor Who, before I get to rest because I'm a little tired and I have a couple things to get done tomorrow, I think we should check in on the Etherhood. See what's good and going on. See what's going down out here. Alright, now, I don't know how your day was, but mine seemed to be annoying, tedious, muggle-filled. Alright, we'll leave it at that. But, let's see what the heck is going down. You already know we're blessed and highly favored, meaning no weapon formed shall prosper. With that being said, we're going to give all the praise to the Most High and just keep it simple, short, and cute. Because honestly, I'm tired and I just want a good reading. Let's go. Influencing the read. Bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Swords. The whole shuffle. Before I even hit the button, I was playing on my phone, put meditation music on my phone instead of on the TV because I'm watching Doctor Who. Anywho, but this Three of Swords, Seven of Swords, Nine of Swords kept circulating. I don't know who this is. I don't know who's heartbroken, who's going through, but it looks like their emotions have ran dry for the situation. And whatever journey or ship that was here seems to be at a kaput. Seems to be stopped. It's not moving nowhere. All right. And again, with the Three of Swords, it's never a pleasant energy or pleasant feeling. All right. Okay. We're just gonna see what's going on and keep it cruising. Alright, so we have the death card at the bottom of the deck. Okay, alright, okay. Alright, here we are with the Romancio with the Knight of Cups. I'm so sorry. Alright, boom, and the star. Okay, so somebody sees a romantic suitor that they definitely could see themselves hitting it off with. Alright, not just that, but their energy flows naturally. Alright, this is nice. This is very fluid. Alright, and with the Eight Pentacles, they seem to, and the Magician, they seem to be manifesting how to actually get in position so they can possibly approach this. It looks like the King of Pentacles. They're trying to leap at this King of Pentacles, it seems. He seems to be grounded, he seems to be sturdy, he seems to be a stable energy. You already know King of Pentacles is very devoted, committed, loyal, he's a builder. Alright, he builds wealth, he builds companies, businesses, families, communities. Do I need to continue? But the King of Pentacles, very committed, devoted, loyal energy. Alright, so they're ready to jump at this particular King of Pentacles. Okay, alright. So there might be some questions on, is this possibly my Two of Cups? Is this the person that I'll be able to not just exchange romantical energy, but possibly, be the pea to my pod? Alright, so there may be a couple questions about that, alright? But that's what the dating phase is all about, is it not? Alright, but even if we're questioning that, it looks like we want the passion. We want this opportunity, and this looks like we're just waiting for the right opportunity. So we have 2 cups and 4 wands. This is awesome. Now, I'm thinking that this energy might be a little worried that maybe when they do come to approach this King of Pentacles, they'll be a bit defensive. Maybe they'll have some sort of barrier. They won't really want to speak to. I don't really know what's going on, but they're feeling as if this King of Pentacles might be a bit defensive. All right, now here we are with the Justice and the Sun. So they would like to balance the scales. They would like to move towards this energy. They feel as if moving to. Ooh, okay, so there's a little bit of instability on the table, it seems. All right, things are not stable when it pertains to romantic interests or suitors. Okay, I don't know what that's about. But it's definitely not stable. Okay. 3 wands, Magician, 6 cups, to the Page of Pentacles. Wow, so this energy is serious about reconciling, returning, coming back around. Not only that, but there's nothing but happy, calm, soothing memories. Dare I say nostalgia? I say it all the time, but this is real sentimental. This is real cute. Right? Okay, and now I don't understand if that's what's knocking this energy off of their balance, knocking them off their bearings, because with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, that was in the reverse, there's some instability. So she's not really coping, they're not really coping. Alright, Ace of Swords challenge position. And then the Two of Swords. Oh, what am I going to say? What's going to happen? How are they going to see the situation? With the Three of Pentacles, they're orchestrating. Okay, they're using people. They have a team. Okay, collaborative efforts. Judgment. Okay, so final decision has definitely been made, it seems. Alright, let's go. Boop. Page of Cups. Alright, so final decisions have definitely been made. Alright, with this world here. Alright, whatever was necessary for to be closed out so that the karmic wheel can spin so that they can hop on a new timeline, that's over and done. We're ready. They're pondering. They're sifting. They're looking at all the cups in front of them now that whatever that situation is done. They're thinking, hey, look, I see what's in front of me, but I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, and with that, there comes a temperance energy and the Three of Cups. So as they continue to ponder, sift through their emotions, they recognize that, look, I actually was kind of at peace, was kind of comfortable and happy with this Three of Cups energy. Yeah, it was a page. Yeah, it was nothing serious, but it could have went somewhere. But you know, this is cool. I like the vibes. I like the energy. All right. Oh, but they created some sort of blockage. All right. Okay. So the Ten of Wands. Okay, this might have been Seven of Swords. Oof. Okay. So okay. Okay. Okay, so while all this is going on, this decision's being made, we have another energy who's Three Swords. We have another energy. She seems to be a Queen of Wands energy. She seems to be the blockage. Alright, the reason why this shindig can't get moving. Alright, secretly, maybe she's moving, she's communicating and saying things. I don't know what this Eight of Wands represents exactly, but it's looking like she's putting some seasoning in this dish, and I don't think she knows the recipe. So let's see what's going on. We got the Seven of Swords, which is sneaky, deceptive energy. But I was gonna say it's leaving out important information because Eight of Wands with the dialogue. Let's see what's going on here. We'll take it. We'll take it. We'll take it. Okay, we'll take that too. Okay, all right, we'll take that too. All right, talk to me nice. Boom, Page Cups to the Justice. Oh, I want to apologize. Not only that, but I'm going to play nice. All right, so here we go. We're thinking, contemplating things. All right, we're not exactly healed from the situation. Let's remember, this energy, they totally are going through some sort of ending, and they're just now recognizing what possible offers, energies, opportunities are in front of them. And there you go. Forward to the Five Swords. So now she's thinking about letting something go, dropping it, cutting them at the knees. And you already know Queen of Swords, she may let you talk, but she's just trying to make sure your action and words are lining up. And the truth is, she's a bit disappointed. She's not happy. And as we can see, the river's running dry, and all the cups have fallen over. All of them. That is horrible. Alright. Okay, then we have a blessing. So you have disappointment, sadness, and then the Ace of Pentacles just smacking you in the head, and you're in your Queen of Swords. So you ain't really tapped into the emotions anyway. Alright, there you go. So maybe it's a little tense because there's other people fighting for this particular blessing or pentacle. But you know what? Anything worth having is going to be a bit of work put in it, ain't it? I guess. Look at the Bitcoin millionaires. Feel me? Anywho. But yeah, a little bit of strife, a little bit of turmoil. Oof. So she's got to actually cut multiple people in order to get to this blessing. 2 energies possibly could be left out, but we're seeing like 5 people over there in that other picture. So 2 to 5 people may have to be sacrificed in order for this Queen of Swords to get her desired outcome. I don't know if they're all working against her getting to this Ace of Pentacles, but as you can see, it's sadness, emotions over here, Ace of Pentacles, and then the Five of Wands over here where, you know, you got to work through and tussle, and it's also competition. Alright, it's competition. Alright, so we got 2 5s either side of the pentacle. Honestly, I don't know how to feel about that. There's that page. Alright, 8 of Cups. To the Justice. Oh my God, is she going to apologize that she had to walk away from a situation in order to balance the scales and make things right? What is this about? I don't have time for this. Ooh. Alright, okay, let's talk about it. We're getting to talking. You know, I'm just going to read it. We're just going to read. We're just going to read and leave it at that. Alright? Okay, we're just going to leave it right at that. What else is there to do? Alright, so here we are with the 9 of Pentacles, minding their beeswax. 2 swords, they seem to be very much unsuspecting, and they're in a happy place. Okay? That 9 of Swords energy seems to have been betrayed, stabbed in the back. An ending that came out of nowhere. As you can see, they were over here looking at the sunset. and the swords just all to the torso, just boom, right? And it had to do with the choice of somebody running away, possibly with another lover, but definitely a choice that was made for somebody to run in another direction. Knight of Pentacles, it might have took this energy some time, because we're slow, to recognize what was going down or the decision that was made, or the fact that there were people collaborating and working on this betrayal. To a King of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Or we could read like this. The Nine of Pentacles is very much unsuspecting. And without a doubt, the decision to move towards this energy has been made. And slowly but surely they're working with people in order to get to giving to this King of Cups. Clearly this energy has captured their heart space. So then where's the Three of Swords coming from? King of Swords, Page of Wands, to the Four of Pentacles, to the Nine of Swords. So this energy is she's just in their head. She doesn't know how this energy is going to respond. And because of that, it's kind of like throwing her all out of whack. But the truth is, at the end of the day, it's going to be a Six of Wands situation. Ooh, we got a reversal. So it's looking like in order to get to the Six of Wands situation and to get your Wheel of Fortune spinning, you may have to apologize to this King of Cups guy. Alright, okay. What we got here? Boom. The High Priestess in reverse. Alright, so somebody's little spidey senses are out of whack. Okay, we're not exactly seeing things clearly. Maybe we're seeing this signs and symbols, and we're not necessarily interpreting them correctly, especially when it pertains to this manifestation thing. Alright, let's get into that. We don't get the High Priestess in reverse too much. Alright, so here we are with the Emperor and the Hanged Man. So I'm not sure if this is the Divine Masculine. It's like, look, hold up, you need to stop and look at this from another perspective. Alright, you're not seeing that. At the end of the day, she made a bad decision, and you just need to move forward. Screw the second chance. Alright? Or it could be that, look, you didn't see your Emperor clearly, and now that you are seeing him clearly, and you're seeing the foundation that's being built, because it's not, there's no foundation, there's no, like, structure actually there just yet. But they may be being asked to see things from the appropriate direction, and that's why they're on pause with the Hanged Man. King of Wands before they take action. Because the King of Pentacles, you already know, he knows. And he's also an Emperor, so you better come correct. Especially after you did Ten of Swords them? Ten of Swords them? Oh, come on. Come on. Let's go. Alright, 8 Cups. 8 Swords. 2 of Wands. Oh, so it looks like they're trying to figure out, are they even going to listen to me? Or are they going to just walk away from me in this situation? Like, do they already, like, get, you know, a bird's eye view of what comes with me, and they just don't want the situation? Is this over and done? How is this going to play out? Right, so they're kind of giving themselves more of a head trip at this time, landing on the Judgment right here. 7 of Swords. Sneaky, sneaky. Alright, so something, oh, maybe that's what it is. They're not seeing everything clearly. With the 7 of Swords, some things are being left out, so they're not able to see the whole picture. They're not able to see what would be necessary for them to come forward confidently. 5 Swords. Ooh. 7 of Swords and 5 Swords. What is that? What's being surrendered or let go? What is that? We got 9 Swords. Oh yeah, it's still in their head. Still in their head about what's the announcement, what's the news gonna be when I approach this Emperor person. Alright, 3 of Swords. Yeah, so they're thinking that this is a tit for tat type of energy, apparently. King of Swords to the Page of Wands. They're thinking that once they speak or have some sort of conversation, the decision to cut them and be very brutal, emotionally detached is going to be the end-all be-all for the situation. And that's leaving them distraught and honestly hurting their own feelings, because they're 9 of Swords. They're doing this to themselves. Thoughts are playing over and over. You're choosing not to control your mind. I'm just the reader, but I said what I said. Alright, so get over yourself. Ooh. Knight of Swords to the Chariot. Okay, to the Knight of Wands. Alright, remove the Knight of Wands energy and you're good. I mean, unless it's like passion, I don't know. 7 Pentacles. So you're taking your time, which is good because the Knight of Wands energy scared me. Alright, so with the Knight of Swords and the Chariot, you're ready to move. You're ready to move quick. You're ready to get the Wheel of Fortune spinning. You got the pep talk you needed. You recognize that you're blocking yourself. Alright, and with that, you're very passionate and excited, but you're flighty. All right, so you need to calm that down before going towards a stable king that is a king of pentacles. All about stability. Fix it. Any Four pentacles. Yes. Perfect. Oh my god, four pentacles. Yes. Hold back until we dissipate this Knight of Wands energy. And you seem to be in a lower vibration with that devil energy there. And he's getting the best of you. Because as you can see, you have a King of Cups energy who you rejected. Who you chose to go in another energy, another direction because of a whole other energy, Queen of Wands, who wanted to be a blockage for the situation. You know what? I wasn't going to do a reading because I didn't want to do a reading. But now I want to do a reading. I want to know what the Queen of Wands' problem is. What the freak is your problem, bro? We're out of here. Love and light. Love you.